All right, guys, welcome back to A Principal's Perspective, where I am your host, Justin Davis, where I aim to be the principal to the people. And today's lesson, this is the second. I'm sorry, I said one. I put up one finger. This is the second episode, and I'm super duper excited to talk to my teachers specifically. Every week, I'm going to come on and I'm going to give everybody a message, but this week is specifically to teachers because that's what I am at heart. I'm a teacher. And I want to give you a nugget that you can take hold of and do something with and hopefully be of benefit to you and your students. So today's lesson is centered around the idea of teaching. And specifically, it's attached to this music and this. I need you to pay very, very close attention because I want to try something that I haven't tried before. And I'm not the best singer, but I want to put it out here. And you can judge me if you want, but hey, I need you to listen to this theme music, and I want you to tell me if you remember what this theme music is attached to, all right? So, here we go. Do 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 do. All right, I'm gonna stop there because I told you I'm not the best singer. I haven't been in the church choir in some time now, but I wanted to actually give you that because I'm taking you somewhere. And for those of you that are around my age, I just turned 40 in May. You met anywhere between maybe 30 to 50. You probably have heard that sound. And if you have heard that sound, it's probably you're trying to figure out where did I hear that from? The Charlie Brown cartoon show, right? With Charlie Brown, Linus, Pigpen, Lucy, Snoopy. So the reason I sung that is because today's lesson is do not become the Charlie Brown teacher, right? What do I mean by that? When I say do not become the Charlie Brown teacher, it's very, very simple. If you watch the cartoon, and even if you're young and you haven't watched the cartoon, go back, go to YouTube, check out some clips. There may be some scenes where you can kind of get where I'm going. So if you are young enough to where you don't remember it, go check it out on YouTube. But for those of us that were watching it, there would always come a time eventually where Charlie Brown and his friends, Lucy, Linus, Pigpen, they would end up in school and in class. But the crazy thing is they never showed the teacher. They never showed the teacher. And even when the teacher was teaching, the only thing that the students heard was blah, 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 blah. There were no words that the students understood. So as a principal now, I look back on that and like, wow, Charlie Brown was teaching us. What he was saying was that none of the students are really understanding what the teachers are saying. So today's lesson, school is in session, is do not become the Charlie Brown teacher. And if you are the Charlie Brown teacher, first let's do that. Let me help you identify if you're the Charlie Brown teacher or on your way. You might be a Charlie Brown teacher if, for whatever reason, when you're attempting to teach, you look around and you have 3 to 4 heads down, right? That means you might be on your way to becoming a Charlie Brown teacher. Another sign, if you look around and you're teaching and students are supposed to be working and they have their hoods on, and their heads down, they're blocking you out. They're not hearing anything you're saying. What they're hearing you say is blah, 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 blah. Just like Charlie Brown and his crew. Last but not least, and today especially, in today's world, if you look around and students have their headphones in and their cell phones out, locked and loaded, eyes glued to the cell phone, you, my dear, or young man, or possibly already a Charlie Brown teacher or on your way. So what I'm here to do today is to help you figure out how not to be the Charlie Brown teacher and to make sure that you don't become the Charlie Brown teacher. So these are 3 things that I know for sure that all teachers can do to kind of get out of that rut if you're in it, or make sure you don't go into it and become the Charlie Brown teacher. Number 1, first and foremost, check your lesson plan. Make sure that you are designing a lesson plan that is engaging and creative. If you are creating a lesson plan where every single day you're showing up and the students are actually just going to be writing as you're talking, the chalk and talk, you are probably already the Charlie Brown teacher. So go back to the lesson plan and make sure that you're putting some type of technology in it, that you're putting some type of group work, think, pair, share, some type of critical thinking, even some hands-on things, arts and crafts, whatever. but you have to find a way in the lesson plan to make sure that the students are engaged. So let's get away from the chalk and talk, and I'm at the board, you copy the notes. That means you're a Charlie Brown teacher if that's all you're doing, right? The next thing, and this is very, very, very important, make sure that you get a mentor or someone that you can partner with to help you. There are a lot of people in your school, I'm sure, assistant principal, even your coworker, that are probably doing some really good things or that can be a support to you so you can actually have engaging lesson plans and it doesn't seem like you're just talking at the students. Last but not least, most importantly from my perspective, is build a relationship with your students and your parents. If you build a relationship with your students and your parents, the things that you say as you're teaching, the students are listening now, not because of the content and the information that you're giving, but because they respect you and they value the fact that you've invested in them, that you value them. So they will reciprocate by giving to you because you've given to them. So once again, make sure, most importantly, that you have a relationship with your kids. I promise you, if you have a relationship with your kids, they'll give you some ideas and say, hey, Mr. Davis, I saw this on TV and the teacher did this. Can you try that? I think it'll be really, really cool. And before you know it, the students are becoming the teacher and they're teaching you how to teach them. So once again, today's lesson, teachers, do not allow yourself to be the Charlie Brown teacher, right? Once again, this is January 14th, the second episode of A Principal's Perspective, where I am Justin Davis and I aim to be a principal to the people. Let's have a great, great week, and let's make sure, most importantly, that we stay engaged in the school. Have a great, great evening. Thank you.